I did this activity and I swear to you, this works for anything. It gives you so much clarity and it just gives you direction and a sense of where you need to go, where you want to go. What's up everybody, it's your girl Maya Chanel and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to join the tribe. So I know I haven't talked about anything business-like and a little bit just wanted to keep things fun. We're going through quarantine, might as well. So just to bring things back on track a little bit, I do want to talk about what I've been working on, and that's mostly been branding and how to elevate my brand, how to get my brand story out there, and how to get people to recognize what my brand stands for personally and Fire Drip itself. If you don't know what Fire Drip is, it is my athletic line where I sell women's athletic and athleisure apparel, and I do sell resistance bands as well and waist trainers. I'll put some pictures here on the side and I'll put the link to the website in the description as always. But today I've been going, just trying to make sure people understand who I am as a person and what my brand stands for. So I did this activity and I swear to you, this works for anything. It gives you so much clarity and it just gives you direction and a sense of where you need to go, where you want to go. Just setting that goal so that you know this is where I'm trying to be and this is where I am now. So this is basically the journey that I need to take, and these are some steps that I need to take into place so that I can reach that ultimate goal. So I have my handy little notebook here, and these are 10 things that you need to know in order to identify your brand. So let's open this up. It's an activity I did, really simple, shouldn't take you too long. If it does, if there are some things that you don't really understand yet, then you can just leave them blank and come back to them. But I promise you, this will help you understand your brand completely and where you're trying to go, and give you a sense of direction so that if you're stuck or you're lost, which I was feeling, I was kind of in a space where I was like, okay, I know that I want to be here, but I'm not really sure the next steps to take. So I felt like I needed to get more clarity for myself with my brand. Even though I know what I wanted to do with my brand, I had to kind of write it out in a sense so that I was like, okay, it's written out here. This is everything that I need, everything that people need to know about my brand so that it gets out there to the world and they understand why I'm doing this, why I created this brand, and why they should believe in my brand as well. I did write things down here, so I have my complete list. So the first things first that you need to identify is your brand identity. So what do you identify your brand with? That would be something like your logo, or a short catch line, or a punch line, or a short phrase that's known for your business. So for instance, Nike's known by their swoop as well as their slogan, just do it. That is easily recognizable. What are people going to recognize you for? Recognize your brand for? What do they know you as? So you have to establish a sort of identity. So it's kind of like, if someone knows you as the funny girl, or the girl that does this or that, that's kind of like your identity. So then the second thing is your brand image. So when you want to say your image, it's like, okay, what do I want to be known for? Do I want to be known for luxury, or do I want to be known for affordable? So you have to establish where you want to be. Like, what do you want to be known as? So for instance, like, I want to be known for my brand that I give out quality products every time. I want them to know that they're always going to be fashionable and that they're always going to be versatile. So that's what I want to be known as a brand. I want them to know that, oh my God, I know that when I go to Fire Drip, I'm always going to get this, and this out of these brands every single time. So that's what your brand image is, and that's what you should also just try to figure out what you want your image to be. The third thing is positioning. So positioning is like, who's your audience? Who are you speaking to? Who does your brand speak to? Who should be, you know, following or going to bat for your brand? Like, who is your brand for? So you have to position yourself in a way that you know, my brand is for this gender, or for these type of people, or for this specific person right here. It can be super specific if you want to. Like, if that's your brand, if they're speaking to that specific person, then go for that. That's your brand positioning. So the fourth thing is brand personality. Just like a person who can be energetic, positive, funny, you know, maybe down to earth, your brand has a personality as well. So you need to establish your brand personality. Number 5 is your brand equity. So what price range do you want your brand to be in? Where do you want your brand to be valued? Do you want your brand to be dollar store, or do you want your brand to be Louis Vuitton? You have a choice. You have a choice of where you want your brand to be. So you have to establish that from the beginning so that you can continue to shoot for that goal, and so that people realize what it is and don't cheapen yourself or whatever it is. Just make sure you have a sense of where you want to be as far as brand equity. Number 6 is your brand experience. So for instance, this is my favorite example, Chick-fil-A. We always know that we're always going to get perfect customer service from Chick-fil-A every single time. It doesn't matter which Chick-fil-A you go to, you will always get a my pleasure and make sure your order is right every single time. So what do you want your customers to experience from your brand? Do you want them to have fast shipping, you know, great customer service, orders never wrong, things like that? What do you want your people to recognize that gets your customers coming back for more and more? You don't want them to feel like, oh, like this company, like it doesn't do much for me, like their customer service is not really good, they never get things right, no one ever answers the phone, I never have anyone to communicate with when my orders are wrong, because mistakes do happen, but you have to make sure that you have good communication with your customer base so that they are feeling comfortable and valued as a customer as well, and obviously have a great experience shopping with you. Number 7 is differentiation. What is going to set your brand apart from everything else in this world? There's millions of businesses out there, I'm pretty sure. And what's going to make you stand out from this company over here, where someone's going to say, oh, I would love to get their product because they do this differently than this person, or they're doing this which I was looking for, and it's something that I've always wanted and always needed and I never could find it. So what's going to differentiate you from your brand as well? Number 8 is communication. How are you going to communicate your brand to others? Email, social media, packaging, mail out letters, everything that you can think of to communicate with your customer and fan base. That's what you should be thinking of now. If it's going to be like things like packaging, you know, putting little notes in there, putting little coupon codes, things like that, that's your way to communicate with your audience and establish your brand communication. Number 9 is your brand gap. So it's kind of the same as your differentiation, but it's kind of like figuring out that gap in the market or in that space in your field or wherever you're developing this brand. So personally or as a business, and what is that gap that needs to be established, or that needs some attention per se? What's that gap for your business that your business feels? What's the gap that your business feels? And last but not least, number 10, your brand extensions. Where do you see yourself growing from just your main focus that you are now? So for instance, Google simply started as a search engine, and now they've expanded to email, video chat, you know, a storage place for files, and you know, just everything. They've expanded their business remarkably. And where do you see your business growing in the future, or your personal brand growing in the future. So that's those brand extensions that you should just always think futuristic and have the future in mind, because if we're not growing, where are we going? So those are the 10 things that you need to establish your personal or business brand. Whatever it is, it's very simple. I'm going to attach a link in the description for a worksheet for you to do, so that it makes it a little bit easier for you to fill out those lines. You can go ahead and download it for free, and comment below some things that you may be having questions about with branding, and how you're learning on your journey of entrepreneurship, or how long you've been in this on your journey, and what are your toughest struggles that you wish you could, have some help with. So until next time, as always, make sure you subscribe if you're new, so that you can join the tribe for more content, and like and comment this video, and give this video a huge thumbs up if you loved everything that you heard here and it was very helpful. Until next time, I'll see you later.